Hey, what's up, y'all, and welcome to another edition of Straight Vibing with Lady J. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everybody's remained blessed since our last episode. So, it's funny. I find ever since I've been owning up to my truth, a lot of stuff has happened. And today I want to talk about speaking your truth. Not everybody's comfortable with talking about their past and hurt and stuff like that. And especially with what's going on up in here in Canada with the residential schools and stuff. There's people that survivors of them schools that are really going through it right now. And a lot of them, aren't speaking their truth. And to each their own. But I'm speaking through my experience to speak my truth about my past. Of course, I'm not going to shed light on every detail of my life, but I'm pretty candid about my stuff. But I have found ever since I started speaking my truth, I have gained a lot of healing. And I was in a deep conversation the other day, and all of a sudden, things of my past were trenching up, like things that I totally forgot about. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And when you think about it and you've suppressed it, like for myself, people see it as strength. For me, it was just survival. But now that I look back and think of things that I've endured, fuck, yeah, I am strong. I have been through a lot of shit. But at that time, I didn't see it as that. So being I would always be put in situations, it would change up and I would just move forward. When you suppress that and when you trench it up, there's feelings that come with that. And then when you start speaking on it, there's healing that comes with that. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. And I find now speaking my truth, like me and my friend were talking the other day, and she says to me, you know what I find is when people, ask, picture you of what you used to be, and they still kind of hold you in that mold, that kind of tells you where they stand. And I said, you're 1,001% correct. If someone is accusing you of your past to current date, and this is something that happened 20, 25 years ago, what's that person's mindset? Think about that. Because I guarantee if you look at their life, they're not much different than what they were 20, 25 years ago. My thing is this: I speak my truth because I have no problem speaking my truth. But I am finding now as I speak my truth, I'm healing through speaking that truth. And stories are coming up, memories are surfacing, feelings with those flashbacks are surfacing. And it's like, wow, it rocks your head. But I'm like this here. And I know there's people that are following me, that are watching these videos, that know me personally, that are in that mold of still the same of what you were 20, 25 years ago. Let me tell y'all something. Grow the fuck up. Most of y'all are in your 40s and 50s. And I've seen, y'all don't think I know, but I see more than you think I see. And I see you guys still live that life, or you still have that mindset. And they always say a leopard can't change his spots. Well, first of all, I don't believe in that metaphor because to me, people are not leopards. So I'm a product of change. So bump that fucking quote. That's just me. But I'm finding, as I'm evolving into this new womanhood, if you will, people that I used to hold a respect for wasn't even a respect. It was toxic. I think of things that people did and people say, and actions do speak louder than words. But it's funny when you come into your own thing of self-love, right? It opens your eyes and it's empowering, it's healing. It's just, it does so much for a person. It truly does. And I sit there and I see certain individuals, and there's ones I just want to call out. And I have no problem telling people about themselves, but at the same time, too, there's a time and place for everything, right? And especially in today's age, you really got to be careful of what you say because so many people are ultra sensitive. Now you're put in a position, depending on the situation, that you have to owe an apology, you know? So it's a thing of communicating, but communicating effectively, getting the point across without hurting other people, right? And as the person is receiving that information, that's why I've talked about this before, you really have to open your ears and your heart and your mind to get an understanding. I've said, and I'll continue to say it again, you don't have to agree with what they're saying, but you have to understand where they're coming from. Where's the anger coming from? What's the behavior coming from? Because I'm going to tell you, when you get an understanding of a person's background, let me give you an example. I was in a 15-year relationship, toxic, right? But the part of the reason I stuck around for so long is because I knew that man's upbringing. I knew the roots of his issues, where they stemmed from. So it made me understand as to why that person was reacting the way they were and doing the things that they were doing, because they didn't know anything. When you are growing up in an environment that doesn't show unconditional love, and someone comes and shows you love, it's like, what is that? Right? It's foreign to you. And for like me and my family, I was raised on unconditional love. That's all I know. And I've been blessed. I sit there and, man, let me tell you, I'm as I speak my truth, there's more stuff coming out, and I'm just realizing how truly blessed I am in my life ever since as far back as I can remember. Because I think of this specifically. This was in my head this morning, and I think of when I met my first husband. He's from Louisiana. Oh, we got a bright light here. Why we got this? Jesus. It went bright for a second. Look, am I okay, there we go. Um, I remember when I met my first husband, when I met him, I was in the game. And I was blessed to meet his mom and his entire family. And to this day, I'm still part of that family. We are divorced. But let me tell you this, they know my past. They know everything about me, and yet they still embraced me. I had 2 children after him, and they've embraced those two as if it's their family. Not many people get that. And to sit there and to be open with someone who I still consider my mom. She's my second mom. Like, even though me and my ex aren't together, me and her have a relationship. Me and my mom have a relationship, and then I have my second mom. And it's like, despite everything I've been through, the decisions that I've made, I'm blessed. I think of choices that I've made, things that I exposed my children to. I cannot go back and change those bad, unwise decisions that I made. And when I look at my children and see certain things, before I used to blame myself, because it was like, damn, if I would have did this, the outcome would have been different. But the part of the healing is speaking your truth. And when you speak your truth, you don't know how many doors that opens, not just for yourself, but for others. Like, I sit there and I think about my biological mother. Like, I talked to you about that story. I sit there and I think to myself, okay, we don't have a relationship. However, I did get some insight on certain things that I needed answers for. And because I've gotten certain answers, that helped me to heal. It may have caused more questions. However, I can still move forward in a certain area and learn from that and take those things and help it to be a better me. You've heard me discuss this many a times. So, people will side-eye me, especially in this city. Anybody who's from YEG, it's a small city. It's not even 6 degrees of separation up in this city. It's like 2. And and I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of these bitches up in here, y'all hoes. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all were hoes. Y'all did the same shit I did. Y'all fucked the same man that I did. But yet there's a few of you out there that are still existing as you were back then. And your attitude and everything shows that you're still that person. But I don't hold judgment on you, because I get it. Everybody has their own path. But then there's those people that are still stuck in their shit. And then they look at people that were in that same shit, and they kind of like look at you side-eyed, and it's like, yeah, you're probably the same person. And it's like, well, for you to think that, you must still be in that mindset. right? Because when you change, when you're a product of change, you know that's possible. And no, not everybody who's a product of change encourage change around in the environment around them. Again, like I've said before, everybody has their own destiny, everybody has their own path. As for me, why am I here? This is exactly why I'm here. And I don't give a shit if there's 10 of you that watch the videos and 8 of you are like, man, she's some kind of fucked up or something negative, and then 2 took away from this. I'm cool with that. Because to know, like, I had someone say, I posted something on one of my social medias this morning, and I got a comment underneath it, and she's like, we don't know each other, but you don't know how much you've inspired me and influenced me through your post on Instagram. And I was like, wow. And it's stuff like that. And I even said it in the reply. Things like that encourage me to go forward with my truth. There is nothing you can't say that I've already said, that I haven't already said. I'll speak mine. And if you come at me and question me, I'm going to tell it. I have no problem. I don't bite my tongue for shit. And it comes to that so much that I feel I'll remove myself from a situation because I cannot be fake. When they say the truth shall set you free, man, let me tell you, that is very, very powerful and very, very true. Because for me to speak my truth as I have been, you don't understand how free I feel. I am very candid about my stuff with my children. I have to be, because if I'm taking this to the platform, why can't I be on? I have to be honest with my family first before I go on and broadcast it to the world to see, And when I speak to my kids about my truth, I'm hoping that through that, they have the healing they need. They'll understand certain things. And I actually got some closure from one of my children on that because I questioned my parenthood due to my selfishness in my younger years. There were times I didn't put my kids first. I put myself first on some dumb shit. And I wasn't beating myself up about it really bad where I was like, I'm a horrible person or anything like that. I was just reflecting because that's what Lady J do. I'm always in my thoughts. I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning to the most beautiful message. And it was like that question that I had in my head before I went to sleep. I wake up to something that totally answered that and was like, don't feel bad. Look at what was result of it. They came out okay. And when I look at my kids and see where they're at in their life, I'm so proud of them. Like, proud isn't even a word that I can use to describe, to see how they're flourishing as individuals. No matter what choices I made in my life and what I subjected them to, they came out okay. I came out okay. So for anybody who's going through shit, you're going to be okay. And don't have any fear in speaking your truth. I find when you can accept the fact that you're going to have haters, you're going to have some kind of pushback. If you know how to ignore that, or if you decide to respond, you know how to respond effectively to that, man, look, it's just different. And I think we need this in the world today. We definitely need, there are nations and communities that are just broken because of voices being unheard. Everybody has a voice. Speak your truth, whether it's your individual truth, your community's truth, your nation's truth. Truth needs to be out there. You're seeing it come out even when we least expect it. Truth is just popping out of nowhere. This is where I sit here and I think to myself, 2021 is a growing year for so many people. And so many voices are being heard right now that it's slowly healing, not just individuals, but communities. And just, we need to be a part of that. You need to be a part of that at whatever capacity, whatever you feel at what level to speak your truth and share it. You don't have to do it like I do on a platform. You know what I mean? But just to be able to own up to your truth. The doors that open, I tell you, man, let me tell you, the doors within first and foremost, like, and every day there's something I witness or something, I come across something that opens my eyes to me, to like, oh shit, get woke, act accordingly, sometimes remain silent, pay attention. You know what I mean? You hear me speak on this a lot in these videos. And so that's my message for today, is just don't be afraid to speak your truth. You don't have to be candid about everything. No, you don't have to. But I don't understand why people have to. As we said, it was funny because I was as I was taking a shower thinking about doing this, and I was like, I remember back in the day we used to use the term, you don't have to lie to kick it. And it's so funny that when you look at it today, when you say, if you were to say that now, it holds different because now we're social media infused big time. And there's so much lies to kick it. I can't falter females that go ahead and go get, you know, breast, breast augmentation. I got my breast done. And, so I mean, at that time I was insecure and all that kind of thing. But again, there's the fake it till you make it. Again, it applies where it needs to apply. But again, but that fake shit, lying, why? I found, and that was the thing back in the day when I was so straight up, I found like when I was like out there dogging it, like a female dog, I found the more honest I was, and I smile because not at the fact of, oh my God, at the player status, but I'm just thinking back of like how true it was. I was so honest about who I was at that time. I got, again, more opportunity on some dog shit. Yeah, okay, dog moves and stuff. But again, and that was always the thing. It would be like, Lady J, that's what I love about you. You just keep it real. I don't know any other way how to. Yeah, a lot of the times I had to open my big mouth and say some shit that I shouldn't have said. Now I've learned to be quiet where I need to. And again, that's all part of growth. But yeah, and even just at that mindset, I wasn't in a healthy mindset then, but I told the truth, and it's just, again, more opportunity, you know. But it's a personal growth thing. There's no time frame as to when everything just evolves together. But I'm telling you, through experience, it's exhilarating in its own way. And you start feeling something within you, and that's part of your self-worth. When you start speaking your truth, you start loving yourself because you start accepting the fact of why you did what you did. My toxic shit, I always tried to find justification in that. But now that I actually look at my truth and see why I did those things, it makes it a lot clearer to me, right? So, kings and queens of Straight Vibin' Nation, learn to know your worth, grow, speak your truth, know when to speak it. You have a voice, use it. You'll, at some form or another, that's why I speak, you'll find people that will be like-minded, and all of a sudden you guys have your own little community, and you don't realize how powerful that gets over time. So right here, I mean, I could have all these followers, but there's only, so many of us that can relate to the stories because, but it has a ripple effect. So be part of that change. Again, start with you. Be a better version of you. To that, thank you for chiming in. Thank you for spending time watching this, because as usual, you know what I say, you could have been doing anything else, but you took the time to watch this. So I hope you take something from this. I hope you guys have a great week. We're in July, y'all. When we speak freaking next month, it's August. Oh God, that's depressing to think about it on that level. But anyways, Thank you for coming in, tuning into the Straight Vibe, and whatever your vibe is, keep vibing out. I love you. Thank you for the love and support. Until the next time, Wednesday is the next episode. Chime in again. I'm waiting for some challenges, y'all. Are y'all really just not participating? I want to do some. Am I going to have to fake some challenges or just go on some random shit? I'm seriously wanting to interact with you guys. So for anybody that is watching this, if you have a challenge for me that you'd like to see me do this summer, please feel free to drop a comment. Let me know. So, because I will definitely be doing these. Like I said, I'll be doing a video of these challenges. And I just want to make summer interesting for myself and for anybody else who wants to be part of it. And like I said, I'll be hitting the road soon. So yeah, stay tuned for the adventures that I'll be taking you on. I love you guys so much. And you're awesome. Kings and queens, I'm out.